Action Bike Radio, your host, along with co-host
Julie Price.
And we are back live at the Hunting and Fishing Show at the top of the hour here at 11 o'clock. And Julie has lined up an interview with the Department of Agriculture. So she's going to take the roaming camera here. And
I'm going to take the camera over there and do it on the phone because we're having so much trouble with the microphone and the background noise. I just think that would be a lot easier. So I'm going to take that in just a second, and then I'm going to turn the microphone on the phone. And then at 12 o'clock, we have Grant Ferguson from Ferguson's Great Outdoor Marine.
Yes.
Is going to be on. So that's what you have to look forward to. So if y'all give me just a second, I'm going to get over here.
And while Julie's on that, I'm going to thank everybody for watching. It's been a little more hectic, but we want to go live to top of the hour. So everybody's watching.
Can you hear me, Kevin?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I tell you, I got a black out.
Kevin, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Can you hear me is the question.
You guys are live. Sorry. Okay. So, what?
My name's Moredock.
Okay.
I work for the West Virginia Department of Agriculture. I'm in the plant industries division.
Okay. So there's a lot of stuff here about the spongy moth and the spotted lanternfly, box tree moth. Tell folks watching why they should be facing this.
Well, one, it affects everybody in the state. A lot of these are agricultural pests, but they also affect a lot of our native forest trees as well. So we actually have numerous different programs in the plant industries where we focus on invasive insects, invasive weeds, and diseases.
Okay. And does the Department of Agriculture do the sulfur? Is that the DNR?
That's, yeah.
Okay. I see another one here, the Asian longhorn beetle.
Asian longhorn beetle. Yeah, we have plenty of different invasive insect programs that we have. Some of our newest ones are the spotted lanternfly, which we found in 2019.
Yeah, he's got a few more chances.
That was found in Berkeley County. Yep. In our eastern panhandle, and now it's in 21 counties in West Virginia and counting, and it's far south as McDowell County, as far west as Wood County.
Yeah, I think yesterday, because I'm in Jackson, and I said I haven't seen any yet, and he said, "Oh, you would know." He said they're in Parkersburg. He told me the exact location.
That area in Parkersburg is there's a bunch of hotels in that area. There's some construction going on, and it's been an area that we've targeted heavily to control. We've actually treated over 2,000 acres in West Virginia last year for spotted. Yeah, more issues.
There's they also have stuff about invasive plants and trees, and like all of this stuff is fascinating to me. Like I was telling him yesterday, I found one of the hammerhead worms in my yard. Last week. It traumatized me. Well, it did. I was
May I
like,
have your attention, please? Up here at the show office, we've got a real nice-looking little boy. He's in a green and white striped shirt, cowboy boots, and blue jeans, and he is looking for his mommy. So, oh wait, I think we have finished you.
Be careful,
for him too.
I'm not surprised.
You gotta be careful.
I was in school with them too. one of my main interests in entomology and insects was invasive.
What's your horsepower limit?
I find them to be very interesting. The way that they describe
I got a
how they're
200
introduced, the control methods that we use.
It's and I want to do a longer podcast in the regular format, not the live, so we can have like a more natural conversation. So we're gonna get that scheduled. But I just wanted to touch on that. And I know it's a fishing/camping podcast, but
You know, for instance, Plant Industries has a black fly program where we treat the Greenbrier, the New River, the Bluestone River, all those are actually monitored for black fly, which is like a terrible biting fly. And the female actually has to have a blood needle that they hurt like a deer fly or a horse fly, and they
how are those fishing?
they swarm. And they typically go for your pet net too, so they're a terrible pet for any fish. And the Plant Industries actually runs the black fly program in West Virginia that we monitor the streams for the peak populations of the larvae of the fly because they're in the water, and then they'll emerge as adults and swarm around these like river areas. So we actually run treatment programs to reduce the populations when they start reaching.
And then I get fascinated about, okay, you know, if you're something, everything has consequences, right? So you're chemicals. So then you have to weigh the pros and the cons.
Thankfully, this one is like a fairly targeted pesticide. A lot of the ones that we end up using are either like they target like a specific life state of an insect, or it is like, for instance, the spotted lanternfly. When we use an insecticide, we typically are putting it's a systemic, so we'll put it directly into the tree of heaven, where pretty much the only insect that feeds on tree of heaven is the spotted lanternfly. So
Heaven is
it's
invasive.
invasive itself, exactly. So a lot of our insecticide programs use a very targeted insecticide. And there's actually an even newer invasive insect than spotted lanternfly. Have you heard of the box tree moth? Yeah, the box tree moth, which is actually boxwood. In its native range, these box trees, they actually are trees in their native range, which is, it's the shrub. So here they're boxwoods, and they're all shrubs. The reason why that is named as it is in Asia, in its native region, some of them are. And we found this last year in West Virginia, and the same eastern panhandle as we found lanternfly in 2019. So last year we had 3 counties test positive, all in the eastern panhandle. I believe it's Jefferson, Berkeley, and Oregon. And all 3 of those had box tree moth. And
Did the box tree also have a blight?
the boxwood has a blight.
2 different.
Yes, they are 2 different things, and that's a good thing to bring up because you can distinguish them. But I think that's actually initially how we were, notified, because they thought, what is this? Is this the blight? It doesn't look quite right. Some of the feeding of it looks like there's feeding on the leaves, and it ended up being the box tree moth, which the damaging stages are the kind. So they live within the boxwood, and they will skeletonize the leaves of the boxwood.
See, that's all fascinating to me. We're doing a podcast, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. But it was found first in 2019 in New York, and it's in 7 different states. I know of, maybe 8 now in the U.S. We first found it last year, 2025. But West Virginia actually had about $240 million of sales from nurseries in West Virginia. So it's a larger industry industry a lot of people may realize.
I don't think you want
And
to.
boxwood is a great ornamental plant because deer don't feed it. So,
Yeah, and see, I want to talk longer. Like, we can't do enough here. So,
yeah, well, thanks for coming by.
like I said, I love this. I hope we're not boring the fishing community. I find it interesting. I know somebody else finds it interesting. So we're going to get it scheduled. And when we talk again, I'm going to bring some questions and knowledge about some interesting invasive stuff.
Yeah, well, thanks a lot for coming over. Spotlighting will be good.
I love it. But I'm coming back over to the booth, guys.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
May I have your attention, please? If you happen to have lost a small packet that contained earrings, they've been turned into the show office. It's a small paper bag with a set of earrings in it. The show office. Thank you.
People are losing a lot of things here today.
All right, can you hear me?
I can. How was that?
That was good.
I found it to be fascinating.
It was.
And we're
Very
gonna do a longer show with that because that. And I'm thinking about getting with some of the conservation people over here and seeing if they would like to be on the show.
Yeah, one of the, I see the West Virginia State Parks folks over there.
Yes.
They would be interesting to see if they could
Yes. Yes.
get them on here at one of the top of the hours to
Okay.
see if they would like to talk about West Virginia State Parks. Maybe you could go over there and do the same thing you did there. That seemed to work out pretty well.
Okay.
And so, yeah, it
All right.
was.
Yeah, we're gonna try to get some interviews scheduled for the rest of the day. We're like we said yesterday, this is our first live experience with the podcast. So thank you guys for tolerating our growing pains and bearing with us. We're only going to get better.
Yeah, and it's been interesting. It's been a learning experience. Unfortunately, I think it's taken us a couple of days to get into figuring out what works and what doesn't work. So, hopefully, I'll stop saying as much, and
I'll stop saying like.
and then we'll get this thing rolling, and we'll have Grant Ferguson, as I mentioned earlier, from the Great Outdoors.
I honestly
at noon.
think maybe at noon you need to do what I just did because this microphone's picking up a lot of background noise. And how was the sound from where I was?
The sound from where you were was good. I don't know how I can do that with him, so I think we're going to roll with it. Well, we'll talk about that when we go off the air.
You guys don't
All
want to
right,
hear us talk about
Is that trash right
Yeah, how that works?
No, that's actually not. There's trash right through this. There's a trash can right
Yeah, right behind the.
right here.
All right, folks. Thanks a lot. We're gonna try something here to see if this is gonna work. I do not know, but let's try something here. And oh, look at that! So
We are getting fancy up in here.
thanks, folks, and we'll see you at the top of the hour. And until then, tell you what, see you in a little bit.